We've been talking a lot about the 2024 Morgan and Peace dollars, God, for the last couple of months, and it's always a fun topic. But every once in a while, we get to go back in our time capsules, go back 100 years, and get some of the real, original Peace dollars. And tonight, when I looked this one up, it surprised me. The last time we talked about this coin, not anybody here, you and I, Alex, was over a year and a half ago.
Oh,
That's
wow.
how infrequent we've been seeing it. Tonight, everybody, the 23D and their Unc.
Absolutely stunning coin, uncirculated condition. So the series started in 1921, and if you did not know, it was towards the end of the year. It was pushed through without congressional approval, and they made the coins in high relief. It was a special occasion. Problem was, with those high relief detail on obverse and reverse, the coins didn't stack very well. So they changed the design to a more flat design going forward. So, you know, the banks were happy, I guess, right?
Well, I guess it was easier to use in circulation.
Yeah.
But that's when they released it to Denver and San Francisco. So the branch mints didn't start until 1922.
Right, exactly.
And again, the series was a short series. We pulled gold in 1934. We pulled silver dollars, this silver dollar in 1935. And that was the last of the era of 90% silver dollars in circulation here in this country.
So the reason why I brought up the fact that the design changed and the design details a little flatter is with that flattened out design, they didn't grade as well, right? So if we look at NGC, for example, their population reports for the last 30, 40 years at this point, we'll find that the numbers are very, very slow and are very low, and they populate all grades. So we're looking at the total universe of 1923 Denvers that they have seen since they started grading the Peace dollars. Now we have a mintage figure of 6.8 million, so that's the total universe of coins made out of Denver in 1923. By the way, it's the lowest minted coin that year. San Francisco is 19 million, Philadelphia is over 30 million, so we have a very low mintage figure to begin with. But what's really shocking to me is if you look at the population reports for a 23 Denver, I'm sorry, in all grades there's only 6,094 coins that they've seen, period. In all grade, every single coin, every single grade.
It's one of those double takes. You look at the number, look at the top, then I push proof versus Unc. Oh, I'm sorry, there are no Peace dollars in proofs, but this number does not look right. So then you look above it and below it to see by chance is there a second 23D and they just made an error on their website. Then you say, okay, forget that. I'm going to go to PCGS's website and check to see what they have seen. And then you see the same number.
Right.
You know, basically nothing. So here's an interesting stat. Last year, 2023, the uncirculated coins when they came out, right? They made 275,000, sold out instantly. There are 50 to 60,000 of those brand new coins in 7D condition. The brand new uncirculated. And again, that's how many they've seen just in that short window, give or take a year. And that is 10 times more than they've seen this coin in the last 40 years. That's just an eye-opener for just understanding the girth of what's out there, the popularity index of brand new stuff versus the hunt, the great American coin hunt for these vintage coins. But that also is tied into one simple thing, and I made a reference to it earlier. We haven't had this on the air for way over a year as an individual piece because we can't find enough to talk about it for 7 or 8 minutes. It's buy two here, one there, accumulate. Finally, when you get a couple of rolls, we'd spend a few minutes on it.
Right. You know, competition's over probably around a couple of $100. We're at $89.95 each. And while they're available, because these are moving quickly already. Now, this is that second full year of issue for the Denver Mint, started in 1922. But in fact, if you look at all the Denver Mints, population report-wise, you'll find that there are none over 10,000. Even the first year of issue, 1922 Denver, NGC's population says 9,928, so almost 10,000. But this one here, 6,094, so significantly rarer than the first year of issue.
Again, we always use the mintage figures as a gauge, right? The red book, the guidebooks, how many were made versus how few were made. And for the longest time, for us old timers that have been going to shows for 30, 40 years, right? we have an index in our brain from what we see and what we don't see. I don't care what the mintage is, I can't find the coin, right? And we keep record of it. That gives us our understanding of the market or the ability to find value. 40 years ago, when PCGS, NGC, ANAX have joined by having these independent services now help us in the industry, they chronically list every coin, every grade. So when you look at it and you see 75,000 of the 22p, okay, and then you see 6,094 of the 23D, okay, all right, a little bit different there. So as a result, we're seeing it just gives us extra information. It gives us extra ammunition. Why can't I find this? Well, if I look at the pop numbers, nobody can find this. So it's just, okay, so when I do find it, pounce and or make sure the quality meets my expectations, the price meets my needs, all the things we do as individuals looking for this fun stuff.
Available online as well, everybody. Item number is 905-4284. If you're shopping online, avccoins.com is the website, available 24/7. But items like this, where Steve just referenced, takes us a long time to accumulate enough to bring them out to you folks. Once they're sold out, boom, they're taken off the website. So if it's in your cart, process at checkout and move back to the show. Now, it's a special date. It's the second full year of issue for Denver. It looks like, as I'm looking at the clock here, folks, and the phone calls, we do have to put that 30-second clock up right now. Thank you on this one. It's a special piece, uncirculated condition, only 6,094. What's another one we could reference? How about the 28p, the lowest minted peace dollar? Population's over 9,000. It's almost at 10,000. And how much does that sell for, Anung? 1,300 or so?
Yeah, so we're talking,
give or take?
It tells us a lot about coins. It doesn't affect a lot of their prices, but if it comes down to outright value and value by grade, which is a application of how many, they might have seen X number, but how many in Unc, those are things that they really do matter.
Attention to, yes,
and
absolutely.
that's why with a coin like this one, where it takes so long to accumulate. Yeah, I can find 23Ds. I just can't find them this nice.
Right.
That's the deal. And guess what? That's our chat for the next year. So thanks for listening, but it is time for us to be moving on.